Hey, welcome back, guys. This is part 2 of Bastok's Reputation 1 quests. We're going to try and finish up all the Reputation 1 quests in this video today. Alright, guys, and this one is Groceries. What you're going to do is talk to Tammy. She's over here at J8 in the mines. She's going to go through a spiel. She's going to give you Tammy's note. What you're going to do is open up the key item, Tammy's note. And what that does is skips an entire process to the quest. So open up Tammy's note, say, yeah, I totally want to read that. After you open up the key note, it's going to tell you to go to Bat's Lair. That's at H5, which is just north of here, right behind the auction house. Stay on the upper level. And you can buy the meat jerky there for, I think it's like 125, 126 gil. Also, this can be cooked by a level 26 cooking skill. And if you start a new character, you are given meat jerky right off the gate, so you happen to still have some. If not, you just want to make another character and send it to yourself. Alright, guys, and once you have the meat jerky, what you're going to do is go inside the mines and talk to her husband. If you read the note, this quest will give you a rabbit's mantle and is non-repeatable. If you don't open the note, it is repeatable and gives you 10 gil each time. The rabbit's mantle is not bad. It's a defense 1 level 4. It's a really nice piece right off the gate. Alright, guys, once down the cave, you're going to come here at the very corner. Literally just turn left, and don't go into the main cave. And he's standing right here. Talk to him real quick. He'll say, I know from my right, and he'll be like, oh, snap, you read this. I want some meat jerky. Now that you've talked to him, all you got to do is take a piece of meat jerky back to Tammy. Alright, guys, the next quest on our list is Minesweeper. Over here at F8. It's right outside the mines. You can see him right there. Open up the map. He sits right here next to the depot. And what you're going to do is just trade him 3 zinc ore. Now, this is great because it can be bought. It can come off worms. It comes off of mining. I particularly, when I'm playing in Bastok, I love the level from 4 to 10 in those mines. And I trade to him, and that's 150 gil each time. It is repeatable and does help your Bastok reputation. Alright, guys, for this part, we are going to talk to Wahid, which is literally behind Tammy. You can see her there in the distance, right next to the auction house. And we're going to pick up his quest and one other quest, because they happen to be both in the same area. So, go ahead and talk to Wahid. Alright, guys, this is H5, the Bat's Lair. This is also where you could buy the meat jerky, which is great food to have for about 120 gil. This is where you're going to pick up your next quest. Go in these doors, turn right, and on this first left, we're going to talk to Elki. I don't know if I said that right. If I said it wrong, let me know in the comments. Big key note for this quest: if you're playing monk, you do have to unequip your weapon and shield to pick this item up, and sometimes monk's hands can be considered a weapon, and the quest might glitch a little. You might have to try multiple times, but if you have any other job, I recommend just using that job to go finish off this quest. Alright, guys, once in North Gustafsburg, you're going to head towards J8 or J9, and that's right here underneath the hill. These question marks like to move in the water. They're not always in the same spot. For me, they're right here. They could end up just about anywhere on this curve. This is the one that you need to go in and take off your sword and shield in order to be able to touch it. Just look at it, examine it. You see something shiny, you say, hell yeah, I want to pick that up. And you get Siren's Tear. Now we're going to move on to the other quest that's right around the corner of this, up the hill. And then we're going to go turn both of these in at the same time. Alright, guys, once you make your way to I8, I'm going to show you on the map here. It sits right here. And this is the hill that leads up the mountain to where the item is. Alright, guys, once you get to J8, you're going to find another hill that goes to the top of the mountain. That's going to lead you to J7. Once you guys wrap around the mountain, at J7, you have one more hill to go up. Make your way up it. Alright, guys, once you're up here, you're going to go past the gravestones. Click on the monument, and it's going to tell you, do you want to lay this down? Say yes. And we're going to head back to the NPCs that we started both these quests and turn them both in now. Alright, guys, once back in the mines, head back to H5. Talk to him. He'll be really, grateful and stuff. And you will receive a pretty awesome pair of pants this early in the game. It's defense 5 for monk, samurai, ninja. Alright, guys, and once you're back at I8, go ahead and trade Wahid the tier. And in exchange, he's going to hand you 150 gil. This quest is repeatable for the 150 gil. That's going to wrap up all the Rep 1 Bastok mine quests. We're going to move on to Metalworks next. Alright guys, once you make your way to the Metalworks, come up the left side elevator. Click on this door here, and we're going to accept the first quest that's up here. There's only 2 quests we're going to be doing here. The first one is going to be with Hungry Wolf, who's going to want some sausages. And what he wants, guys, is for you to take giant sheep meat up to a campfire in South Augusta. Alright guys, and what he's going to want you to do is take a giant sheep meat up to a campfire to make those sausages. There's a couple ways to get this. One, you can buy the meat J7. It's like a 40 to 50 gil. You can farm this meat off of the giant sheep in South Gustaberg and North Gustaberg. Or you can go to the auction house and buy it for 50 gil as of making of this video. Once you guys have this quest, head out the door, and we're going to pick up the second quest for Metalworks, which is right through here. And Isabel. Go ahead and talk to her, and she's going to ask you to go meet someone in North Gusterberg. Once you have those quests, head to South Gusterberg, and we'll take it from there. I did forget to mention, the Isabel quest requires you to have a partner with you, so you need 2 people, you and someone else. You guys have to be between levels 10 and 15. You can use level sync on somebody to bring the level down to 10 to 15. And you both must go together in order to get the cutscene that leads to the reward. I'm going to show you where the turn-in is. Alright guys, once you're at K10, go in and go up the hill. You should eventually see the fire that we're talking about. Alright guys, so trade your giant sheep meat to the fire. The unfortunate part of this quest is that you have to wait 1 Vanadil day, which is about 50 to 60 minutes of our real time. You cannot zone this area, so it's really good to do this quest while you're trying to level, craft, anything else that you can do. Just simply click on the fire when it's ready, and after your hour-long wait, you can come back to the fire, pick up your sheep meat. The food itself is actually good food, and the quest is repeatable for 300 gil. But once you have the meat, all you gotta do is give it back. We're gonna move on to the other quest. We're gonna go to North Gustaberg and show you where you need to take your buddy in order to finish off that quest. Alright guys, and what you want to do is not use the second North Gustaberg over there, because there's a big crack between North Gustaberg that separates the west from the east. We want to go to the west side, so we're going to use this guy right here and go like we're headed to Valcrum Dunes. Alright guys, once you're in North Gustaberg west side, you're going to come right here on the marker, which is the edge of the river or the waterfall. Don't go over the bridge, turn right from the bridge with your partner, level sync between levels 10 and 15 again. Then talk to Hunting Bear. He's going to tell you some stuff and hand you some money. This is not repeatable. And there you go. We're done with Metalworks. We're going to move on to the next phase. Alright guys, so we're going to make our way to Port Bastok now. And the first quest that we have is here at H5 with this guy. And what you're going to need is a dog collar. This can be bought off the auction house for, I think it's like 400 or 500 gil. It's nothing crazy expensive. And you could save the gil by going to North Gustaberg and farming off of black wolves that only appear at night. They spawn around 20 to 4 a.m. And my puppy is crying. No, what's wrong, puppy? Am I giving too much attention to the people at home? I'm sorry. Alright guys, and once you have that collar, go in and just trade it to... Once you have the collar, go in and trade it to Gudav. And once you did that, he's going to give you a map of the Guskin mines. However, if you are using the extensions, you already have this map by turning on all maps. Aww. Puppy's just missing the mama. She's looking around for her. I'm sorry about the background noise. She's adorable, though. But you will get the mines map, and if you're not using the extension, congratulations. If you are using the extension, one more thing that you have. Alright, guys. The next one that we're going to do is here at J12, and we're going to talk to this little girl. She's going to want a certain flower. Now, you have to trade her... I'm going to say this wrong. The Maryless. Hopefully I said that right. If you trade her any other flower, she's just going to give you a comment. When you trade her that flower, it's the correct one. This can be bought off the auction house or in Upper Juno at H6 for about 100 gil. So talk to her and then trade her the flower. Now, key note, guys. At first, she's going to talk about gardening. Just go in and skip over that and then trade her the flower immediately. Now, what this rewards you is to be able to exit your Mog House anywhere in Bastok and go out to any point of Bastok. I'm going to go ahead and quickly show you what I mean. Once inside your Mog House, click the doors, and instead of just leaving now, you'll be given these options where you can choose area that you entered from or select an area to exit to. And now you'll be able to go to any of the following areas: Bastok Mines, Bastok Markets, Port Bastok, and save you a ton of footwork within the city. Alright guys, your next one's going to be here at J6. Go inside the house. And she is right here. Go in and give her a talk. And what she's going to want is bomb ash. This can be bought off the auction house in the alchemy section. And or you could just go to the metalworks and G6 for 500 gil. Once you have that, go ahead and trade it to her. And she will give you a traveler's hat. She's going to give you the Traveler's Hat. This is a Defense 3 Mine +1. So a great start to your white mage or red mages out there. This is a great piece of equipment. This next quest is actually just right behind where we were. That was the house that we were in. We're going to turn around and go up the stairs, come through these doors. And this guy sits right here. Alright guys, so what you're going to want is the Guadav backplate. You can buy this off the auction house or farm them off the Guadav in North and South Gustaberg. Pretty easy to get. Once you have that, talk to him and trade it in. In return, he's going to give you a bronze sublet gear. This sublet gear is pretty decent for a level 1. It's a defense 3, very early piece. Alright guys, your next quest is going to be here at E6. Go through the doors and make a right. And we're going to talk to this guy back here. Now what he's going to want you to have is a shell shield. This can be bought off the auction house under shields, or farmed off the Young Guadav in North or South Gustaberg. You do have to be a warrior, red mage, paladin, or beastmaster, and samurai in order to equip this shield. Alright guys, now that you've talked to him, come over to the F7 inside the ship port and talk to Bart. You're going to go through a cutscene. Now remember, for the cutscene to trigger, you must be wearing the shield, and you have to be one of the 5 jobs I mentioned. After this happens, go back and talk to him. Alright guys, once you've talked to him, he's going to reward you the sword. This is a Sparta sword that deals 11 damage for level 9. And you get to keep the shield. There is no trading in the shield. So you got both shield and sword for this quest. We got one more to go. Alright guys, so this one, come to F6 and come through these doors. You're going to make a left and go down the staircase. And once down here, you're going to talk to Talib. There's going to be a cutscene that pops up. You're going to need a zinc ore. Trade that zinc ore to them, and then he's going to ask you to go to the mines to complete this quest. Key note that after you do this quest, you can return to Talib and trade him 4 zinc ore at any time for 350 gil, and it raises your Tenshido reputation, and you get a bronze knife when you complete this quest. Alright guys, once at H6, go down the ramp and turn left at these doors, and he's going to be in the back room. Just simply tell him what you did, and he's going to reward you the knife. Alright guys, and that's going to wrap up all of the Rep 1 Bastok quests. We're going to start working on the Reputation 2 quest. I hope to see you guys there. If you guys have any other tips or tricks or things that I may have missed, please leave them in the comments below. Let's all grow together. And I hope to see you guys next time.
As soon as you get home, sub, share, smash that like button. The Holy Trinity.
What she said.
Well, now I'm really regretting
what she said.
Oh no, you love me.